Did you watch Show Off on 15 Minutes of Fame? All right, Jay, you're the you know the guy of the group. All right.
I was,
All right. Well,
what you
how do
mean?
you feel about this? This is very
I,
interesting. The
I refuse
situation
to
here.
answer until I understand what that meant. What you just said. Listen,
He had some
this shouldn't happen.
words. A lot of
This
words.
shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen.
What shouldn't happen? The interview?
Both, but
Because
the
my thing
interview.
is, Show Off's telling this story, and the way
I
the
would
way he's
not have
telling
nothing
it is in
to.
this code of the street rules and this and that and the other, but you're telling a tell-all.
Um,
It was
here's
kind
my
of
thing.
interesting. I like the content. I was happy he did it, but so we could talk about it. But I don't know if I would have recommended doing it if I was his friend.
I would have never
All right.
recommended doing it.
It wasn't
Let
much
me
of
tell
an
you
interview. It
what.
was more like a taxi cab confession.
Yeah, it was exactly. It was
Now,
it was it was,
I'm
it
gonna keep
was
it real with y'all. The only way that, again, if I was show off or if I was in show off's corner, the only way that I would say go and do this is if Adi Boom publicly said something about show off.
Did he? I think he did.
Publicly, no, not publicly. Everything he said was in private.
Okay.
He didn't say anything publicly.
Okay, look, let's put
I mean,
that aside.
technically, he did say stuff, and if we're going off what show off said, Adi Boom said stuff in public, but not on camera.
All right, let's put all that aside. Let's stick with the story here. If we take Show Off at his word, he seemed very convincing. Adi Boom said he's just a good talker. That was his rebuttal. He's a good talker. Adi Boom was. I don't know if you heard Adi Boom's response to this, Jay.
I don't listen to none of Adi Boom has to say.
Okay, well he has responded, and he was very upset, cussing a lot. Fuck this, fuck that, bullshit, and he wasn't really saying anything. He just seemed very upset, and it's like fuck everybody is basically his attitude.
Let me
He's
tell
gonna
you something
continue to
about-
fuck bitches, he said, and live a great life. And he don't gotta
let me
explain
tell you-
nothing to nobody. Go fuck
Let me
yourself.
tell you something about the Adi Booms of this world. There isn't a rat in this world who tells you he's a rat. My brother right now is doing 15 years. You guys already know. I done told you guys publicly and privately what's been going on in my family. And bottom line, a rat took down 65 dudes. And what did this rat say? He had took down 20 something guys, and then in between that came out and said one of the main reasons why he was ratting was because dudes in the hood was treating him like a rat. Motherfucker, you just helped take 20 people down. Use a rat.
They were treating him like a rat.
And then to get revenge because they treated you like a rat, you helped take 65 more guys down. Now, at the end of the day, here's the thing about most rats. They hate being called a rat. But this is what do I think that Adi, going off what I read, and I said it behind the scenes, somebody hit me up and wanted to do an interview. I said no, because that's not the kind of thing that I'm into. But at the end of the day, reading the paperwork, so on and so forth, do I think that Adi Boom ratted opposed to telling? I think he told. I don't think he ratted. I don't think Adi Boom really understood, and it's not an excuse. But he didn't take a stand on nobody. What he did was still wrong. But I think Adi Boom was talking and didn't realize. Some guys think they could talk their way out of a situation. I've been in court cases where dudes did that. I've been ratted on before. Some people talk and don't realize what they're saying is actually incriminating people because they think they could finesse their way out of a situation. I don't think Adi Boom was straight up on some, yo, what you guys want to know? Oh, he did this and he did that. No, I think in the midst of him trying to defend himself, thinking he could get out the situation, he said one or two things that actually incriminated somebody. It don't change what happened. But the more he opens his fucking mouth, the worse it gets. And in this situation, I don't like what Show Off did. I understand Show Off's aggravation. And at the end of the day, one thing that can't be changed is that, Adi Boom, you told.
And what was more interesting to me was the picture that Show Off was painting of Adi Boom, that he talks a lot. He said he stopped talking to him because every time he called him in prison, everything that he said would come back and he'd hear it from his friend, from everyone else, exactly what he told them, and he thought they were private conversations, and this happened multiple times, that he was playing him and the other members of their group against each other and telling them all different things. He lied about the initial reason why he got arrested to Show Off, and this is his best friend apparently. And it just, and then you bring up the Sue Surf allegation that seems it's a little bit shady right now. He was supposed to he was going to, he had a story recently about he was going to pick up the paperwork so he can prove everything. On his way there, he got pulled over by a cop, got a ticket, got upset, and went and turned around. Okay. It seems like there's a pattern here, if we're gonna believe Show Off, and even if we don't believe Show Off, with other stuff that he said, of him being kind of a pathological liar.
Let me tell you why I believe Show Off to a degree, and the reason why is because, and again, forget all the extra shit, but like I always say, Snoop and No Mercy, that's my guy. No Mercy even has told me, I've been around Show Off a few times, never talked to him, never anything. But I've been around him a few times at events. People tend to tell me the same thing, is that Show Off is a loyal guy and will go to bat for me. No Mercy has told me that about Show Off. And I do trust what No Mercy says pretty much all the time. So, because I haven't seen any reason not to. So in that instance, if I'm going off that, I would have to say, so if Show Off is telling me this, it's hard. I'm not gonna just ignore what he's saying, and then we look at Adi Boom's situation. ARP in his blog, I don't know if you guys watched the one where he talked about Adi Boom, but he said the same thing in terms of Adi Boom talked about a lot of things that wasn't true, or said things were happening that wasn't happening, or things that were said in private, he reiterated in public, which was a big reason why ARP decided to separate himself.
So do you believe he should be? Do you believe that he should be battle? He's got this battle with Rio coming up, and then a battle with Ines coming up. I don't think he should be battling either. I think he's too. Well, the Rio battle is I'm hearing it's a quarantine battle, so they're not going to be anywhere.
I don't give a fuck what kind of battle it is. I'm not battling Adi Boom. I'm not booking Adi Boom. Again, I wish Adi Boom the best, but let me tell you something. Especially you saying it's a quarantine battle, but especially if it was that's why I didn't blame DNA when he wanted to do the battle.
Well, Ines is supposedly in person.
And I'm
it's
surprised
a 5-minute one rounder.
I'm so surprised at Ines, and I would not take this battle.
Well, who's to say it's still gonna happen? That's another month from now, you know.
Yeah, I want to give him right now. If I was Ines, I'd give that deposit.
You probably could have. You never hear updates when they announce something anyway. So
I don't want to battle Adi Boom. And again, it's multiple reasons. Most of it is a safety reason. I could be battling you anywhere if somebody decides they want to come and get back.
Yeah, it just seems like it's not a good idea for him to be anywhere publicly.
For me personally, this is me. You guys know how I feel. If I say something, I'll stick to it. But until, and it's not going to happen, but until Adi Boom produces some sort of paperwork that says otherwise, I am not supporting anything that Adi Boom's name.
Well, they asked him recently. They asked him about that, and he said that he's at the point where it's fuck y'all. I don't got to prove nothing to y'all.
No, he's running around telling a lot of people SMD.
Yeah, he's been in a bad place. That's why I don't think he should be battling.
But even more though, and I agree with you. Man. What I'm about to say is going in the same direction what you're saying. He's not gonna have not one battle that somebody isn't gonna bring up the snitch.
That's gonna be the only angle.
Yeah. So at some point,
what else are you gonna talk about, Adi Boom? And, you know.
Yeah. So you already alluded that he's in a bad place. Correct?
Rio already said this. Rio, and they had a face-off. Rio, that's all he was talking about in the face-off. How he got a guy that got his best friend got put away for 20 years from a snitch, and this is why he wants to battle him. He told him this.
Listen, I've been in jail twice. I've been in jail twice over a bat. Like I said, my brother right now is doing 15 years over a rat. I got a cousin right now doing 30 years over a rat. And listen, I can understand this. I can understand. It's so much of that part that hits home for me. But at the end of the day, here's just my thing. Again, Ali Boom is the one who made this worse.
About everything he
When
said afterwards.
yeah, exactly. He's the one who buried himself.
He would have been better off never saying a word. It would have been
He
better
shouldn't
off.
have said a
Like literally
motherfucking thing.
disappeared.
No, he didn't even have to disappear.
It's
He
not
just
say-
had to dismiss it. You know why? Let me tell you something. Because Show Off said something that I've been saying. What somebody puts in a oh damn man, I forgot the fucking name of this, but when you're trying to get your case reheard, I forgot what the term for that is. Well, when you're trying to appeal, when you're trying to get an appeal, you're gonna point out things that you saw as a conflict in there that wasn't right, that the judge or the jury may have overlooked. But most of the time, it's based off new evidence. Now, just because what you put, and again, Show Off is right, just because what you put in your appeal doesn't necessarily mean that's what was actually said in the minutes or in the actual court. But when it comes out that that is what he said, what else do we have to talk about here? And then for my thing is, for Ahdi Boom is, you should have shut the fuck up. When the time came and people want to call you a rat, this whole time you could keep saying, prove it. Prove it. Now, again, I still have the DM on Instagram with a dude holler. First off, somebody got on my YouTube comment and was like, yo, I have the dude, and the comment is still there. I have the dude who was a part of this case. How can I contact him?
The co-defendant
like,
definitely came out and said that he did.
I was like, yo, I don't do that kind of shit. You want to talk to me, we can talk on social media, DM, but I don't do that kind of shit. Dude hit me up on Instagram, and then he sent me some voice shit. And what happened was, I forgot about it. I didn't listen to it, and then when I went back to it, it disappeared. I think it's some social media shit. You know, some of these things disappear after. So I never, by the time I remembered it, I never went back to it. But either way, I wasn't willing to interview the guy. Then No Mercy put out the JPEGs of the people involved. And not only did they explain what happened, they was willing to produce paper. Now Ahdi Boom does another fucking interview talking about how he's gonna get the paper. How this and fam, shut the fuck up. Shut up. So at the end of the day, I'm always gonna stand with the streets. I'm not okay with accusing people for betting. You have no proof. But at this point, I don't think there's much else to talk about. No league should be booking him. Nobody should be wanting to battle him. And if me personally, again, if I was managing one of you guys, you were going to battle him, I would say no for two reasons. Number one, all attention ain't good attention. And number two, you don't know who's looking to get back at dude. Like, we can't put ourselves in a safety risk like that.
That's a fact. Well, it's an interesting story, and we'll continue to follow.
Well,
it.
I will say this though. I think Show Off was genuinely hurt by the whole situation. A problem I've always had with Show Off is I think he tries too hard to try to convince people that he's a quote unquote a G. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a stand-up guy. Like, you don't gotta go that hard to, you know, like, people sense that. They sense that kind of shit. You don't always have to spend so much time in battles or in interviews trying to convince people that you are who you say you are. And again, I respect that he told Ahdi Boom first what he had to say before he did the interview. But I just feel like if he did that interview in response to something that Ahdi Boom said about him in an interview or so on and so forth, I think that would have made more sense than just getting on camera and saying it.
Yeah. Visual, any thoughts? Or should we move on?
I wouldn't say all publicity is bad. Well, it's not all good publicity, even if it's bad. No matter what, his name is still ringing bells, whether it be good or bad. And there is no way out for Ahdi, which is too fucking bad because I really liked him. I was one of the free boomers.
I don't know about that part.
Yeah, I did my fair share of free booms. You know, I'll.
Oh, you said free boom. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I was.
No, yeah, because you didn't know.
He was a home invader, though.
So what? Fuck does that mean?
So what? Yeah, he put a gun. All right.
That's not even. You know.
Oh yeah. Just,
the snitching shit is one thing, but
home invasion,
all the lies and all the twisted up stories that have came out on top of this with people that are close to him. That's what I think. You know, that kind of hits me a little bit more. His integrity and that he's willing to lie to so many people and people that he was friends with, because all these people are coming out, and if they were really his boys, they would have stood by him, just like show off. He explained it like he tried his hardest, but he ended up like, you know, it just seems to be the same story across the board, is that he's not a man of his word. So that's very important to me, is when a person is, you know, the word is their bond. So, you know, I think he should be 86. He should be, you know, I don't think he should keep going on with battle rap, because at this point, why would you want to put up with that, with everything that comes with it? You know, you already like dug your own grave too far deep, like, to get out of this. So I don't know why. I mean, if this is one of his only sources of income, and this is one of the only things he knows, understand that getting out is easier said than done. But I mean, at some point he has to face the facts and face reality and just give it up. You know, like Angry Fans blog, you know, delete your social media, get out of this, you know, and turn a new leaf to do something else, because no matter how you dice it, this never ends up, you know, it doesn't ever end up being well for you. And there's nothing he can do, because if he could provide paperwork to clear his name, he would have done that shit by now. So obviously there's nothing.
Listen, Visual, everything you said was on point. Everything you said was on point. I would just say, for the most part, for guys like Show Off and them, because you still got Floss the Boss who still riding with him. I think that me and Floss has a very good relationship. Probably the only dude who's interviewed Floss as much as I have. You know, I fuck with Floss every man, but I think at some point, even for him, it's not that me personally. Here's the thing, including people who want to battle Ahdi or who are lined up to battle. It's about integrity. If you are a so-called street dude, you should not want to be on the same stage as that guy, because you're going to look at it like, it's no way. You can't be right there in front of a rat that you're not going to put your fucking hands on.
Jay, when are you gonna do my Shaq shoes, man?
Send them. Send them. I told people to donate. Nobody wanted to donate. It was their idea. It wasn't my idea.
What are you gonna do to them? What are you gonna do to them?
I'll do something nice. Send them. Send them.
Send these?
I don't care. You send them. I bet you they'll come back way better.
They're comfortable. I like wearing these though.
I bet you I'll make them look nice. I bet you I'll make them look nice.